Keith, we can't say we didn't know this change in the weather was coming. You saw it coming in the middle of last week, that this week was going to be very different.
Yeah, and I think we got eased into it, Brian, because I thought Saturday was nice, and then yesterday it depended on your location, and now
we're in the thick of it.
Now here we are.
Yeah.
This is kind of what we maybe expected when we talked about it last week. 46 in Portland, raw out there, 47 in Arundel. And you can see really even via this temperature map where we've got onshore flow and fog down to Portsmouth, New Hampshire with under a mile of visibility being reported there. As you go inland, it's a little bit more reasonable, but 55 and cloudy, it's not great, especially compared to where we've been for the last week or so, or even the first half of the weekend was quite nice. And you can see that onshore flow just streaming in east, east, east. Very rarely is that going to be a good thing for us in the spring, that onshore flow. Typically going to make us quite cool, give us some low-level clouds, and in some cases some mist, which is what we have over the southern coast right now. So when we talked about this pattern change last week, I was saying that really today was the rainiest day. So we've got mist out there right now, and then the best chance of legitimate showers comes later this afternoon, and this will be the rainiest part of this week, it looks like. And you can see those showers working their way into New Hampshire, back into the Champlain Valley too. Nothing crazy, but there will be some periods of downpours in here, maybe even a rumble of thunder. Temperatures maybe just warm enough for that to happen later this afternoon. You can see those scattered showers around, temperatures staying in the 40s. And then we lift most of the heavier stuff to the north by tomorrow morning, and we're gradually trying to improve tomorrow, but it's going to be a bit of a fight. We'll see a mixture of sun and clouds. There will be some sunny periods unlike today, and a couple of snow showers on the back end here possible into the mountains. The rest of us, a sprinkle around, but again, doing better than today, not seeing that consistent fog and consistently suppressed temperatures. And then I think we actually get into a nicer day on Wednesday. This model is a little pessimistic, but I think it'll be nicer than it's showing. A mixture of sun and clouds and into the 50s, mid-50s again, and finally dry. Probably peak on Thursday and Friday as far as decent weather goes, and then we have to watch the weekend, which looks a little bit more complicated. Let's talk about that. So there's that day on Wednesday that I think is nicer than the models are depicting. Here's Thursday, so we've got a warm front to the south. We're not baking or anything, but it's a decent day with mostly sunny skies. And I think Friday is good too, but the weekend's a little bit up for grabs because if this front can hold off on Saturday, we'll get a reasonable day on Saturday. We're at least looking at one rainy day, though. I think the more likely one is Sunday as that front comes through. So we'll have to just see how that kind of plays out. The temperatures, though, nothing crazy here. We might get to 60 on Thursday and Friday, maybe Saturday if we can hold that front, and then back down into the mid-50s. Now, I think Jason has both days as rainy. I could see that. I think we'll probably hold this front, so we'll keep an eye on that. That gives us a couple of decent days. Thursday and Friday especially look good enough. But notice the lack of enthusiasm in my voice here, Brian, because none of these are blockbuster days like what we saw last week. We just kind of a little bit above baseline through the end of the week.
That's how we do the slow creep, right, to summer? A little bit above baseline.
Yeah, it's kind of more like this, but we get there eventually.
Oh, yeah. In time. All right, Keith, thanks.